this is the girl who owns it, a 21-year-old master of the trade.
You'll watch me.
It's so weird. Sometimes I think I'm more comfortable on stage than I am in my own room. When I get on stage, it's kind of like your chance to let go and be something that you're not, maybe. But it's your time to dream. And then I look back and I'm like, oh, okay, I just did that, you know.
What's the nightmare scenario right now?
I think I'm a little nervous about my album coming out. Yeah.
Your nails aren't bitten.
Well, that's because I have false nails on right now. Yes.
Underneath?
Yes, underneath there. Yeah.
No one would know if we hadn't told absolutely everybody.
Exactly. The whole world knows now.
Right. So the warrior lives?
Yes, the warrior definitely lives. Yeah. But they're cute. I did these yesterday. They're just pink.
And Britney Spears is not the only one worrying. She's just the tycoon at the center of Britney Inc., which supports hundreds of dancers, publicists, product designers, marketers, roadies, record executives. Last year, Spears reportedly made $39.2 million. That's about $107,000 per day. So a whole empire can fail if the fans don't follow where she leads.
A lot of people don't make it. And they
gosh.
keep writing, you know.
Will I make it?
Her hometown newspaper once asked, will she have the staying power of Madonna or be the first Debbie Gibson of the new millennium?
I guess the test will tell.
Do you like your voice?
Do I like my voice? I'll be completely honest. I think my voice is okay. I like the feeling that I get when I sing. It's not so much my voice. It's a state that I go in when I sing that I really like. But I would love to have a voice like Christina.
Words can't bring me down.
I would love to have a voice like Whitney Houston. In the Zone is probably the one song that really states where I'm at. Doing what I love to do and dancing. And being in the zone.
And to make it to the next stage, she's made her zone racier than ever. For instance, on the new album, a song called Breathe on Me, which she tried to tell me is just about breathing.
You really think that's what it's talking about?
It says that's what it says. It says breathe on me. That's it.
I know what it says, but one of us wasn't born yesterday. Do you really think that's all it's talking about?
Well, I think it's supposed to get you in the mood. You know, like certain songs get you in the mood to feel a certain tension or a certain vibe.
And the girl who always played it close to the line on how much skin she showed posed like this for Esquire magazine. Consider the line officially crossed.
What happened to your clothes?
Well, I have on clothes now.
I know. But what's this about? No kidding. What is it about?
What is it about?
Yeah.
It's about doing a beautiful picture.
Is it about shocking people?
About shocking? You know what? I feel
No,
comfortable
this is-
in my skin. I think it's an okay thing to express yourself. Have you seen?
You know
I
it
hate to
hasn't-
bring this up, but Kate Hudson, she's 22. She's in sheets. Jennifer Lopez, she poses very provocatively sometimes. Christina Aguilera, what's the big deal when I do it? Like, come on, you know? I don't understand.
I think everybody always thought you had a different relationship to young girls.
Everyone now, they look back and they're like, what happened to your sweet image that you used to be? And I'm like, then when I came out, you thought I was too provocative. It's like you can never win. No matter what you do, at the end of the day, you can't please everybody. You know, I'm not here to please. Ugh.
Have you ever gone further than you wish you had?
Gone further?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so. No. Okay. Now, those are a little much. Yeah, those are a little, much at the end of the shoot. I was like, all right, let's go ahead and do it, and then let's jet. And I didn't have approval over the thing. So that's one picture, I must say, that I felt kind of weird about. Yeah.
Wish you hadn't done it?
A little bit. Yeah, to be honest. But hey, it's done, and I'll learn from it, and I'll never be put in that position again.
Getting burned by the fire she lit herself. It's so easy in her business. Her first deal with the publicity devil was made even before she could read. She was a gymnast turned dancer turned contest star. This is rare footage of her singing in a talent competition.
There I said it again.
Age 10, a finalist on Star Search.
Britney Spears.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh, and my big bow in my hair. That's so
And
sad.
belting songs out. One of those big Annie voices.
Yeah, it was very Broadway.
Can you still do that?
Wait, I'm trying to think. They say, oh, I don't want to sing it. I'm embarrassed.
Give me one line.
Okay. They say I'm crazy, got no sins, but I don't care.
They may or may not mean offense, but I don't
care. You see? Okay, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
By age 11, she's there on the Mickey Mouse Club with another star-in-waiting, Justin Timberlake.
All I know is that you are mine.
By 15 years old, Spears had signed a major deal with Jive Records. And the same fame factory that turned out the #1 hits of NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys. So the factory went to work on her, and they had a little song for her to sing. But Spears had a bigger idea, to sing it as a Catholic schoolgirl in knee socks and a tied-up shirt. And now, 6 years later, she's still constantly feeding the publicity monster. As much as she seeks the attention, does she worry that something's being given away?
Britney, on your right. Come on.
I just wonder, at the end of the day, if you ever feel you lose something.
Well, I think right now I'm trying to find the balance of being open and at the same time having stuff for yourself. Like where I come from the South, and my mom invites people over, the fans outside for tea. I'm like, Mama, you can't do that, you know? That's how I am at Nate, like that's how I am. I'm like an open person, you know, the people around you, they become leeches, so you can't be so open sometimes.
Coming up, a house tour, and we talk about boyfriends and so much more. That's when we return. It's a house tour. Britney Spears' 4-floor, $3.5 million apartment in New York. The kitchen open and homey.
If I looked in your refrigerator, would I find cookie dough ice cream, hot dogs with cheese and mayo, and pickles?
You would find all those things. And Pop-Tarts.
And Pop-Tarts?
And Pop-Tarts.
She also has a little piece of real estate she picked up back home in Kentwood, Louisiana. Population 2,656. She built a $4.5 million house for her mother, who had steered her childhood career. It's called Serenity. Spears also has a brother, Brian, who lives in New York, and a little sister, Jamie Lynn, star of Nickelodeon's All That. And what about Dad? He's a building contractor who chose to stay in the small house where Britney was raised, just 7 miles away from the mansion her mother loves.
Every day she calls me, she's like, I love my house. It's so beautiful. Yeah, that was the coolest thing ever.
But your dad wanted to stay in the old house?
Yes, yeah. They wanted to, they eventually separated, so they have their own lives right now.
Do they have very different views of you and
I
what
think
you
they
should do?
really, at heart, I mean, they love each other so much, but I think sometimes you can love somebody, but they just cannot live together.
It still hurts.
Yeah,
If you're their child.
Yeah, well, when I was younger, I mean, of course you want your family to be able to, you know, stay together. And who knows what could happen eventually. They may get themselves together and come back and it'd be wonderful, which would be the ideal thing. But right now, you know, this is what needs to happen.
Does your dad have a lot of opinions about what you do?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Is
I mean,
he
not like...
disapproving?
Well, some things, yes, like, baby, okay, what were you wearing? Why did you know? Of course my dad does that. And my pawpaw, too.
Your grandpa?
Yeah.
Britney, right here, please.
Her family is still her constant. Her aunt, who's been battling cancer, has also been there for her as a chaperone on the road. There's help, too, with the money. Her reported net worth, $100 million. Last year, she was rated the #1 most powerful celebrity by Forbes magazine.
And we always hear these cautionary stories of people who made
so much money and then they
money.
lose their money. So yeah, and I have an uncle from back at home who takes care of my big sum of money.
Last year, she gave away $1 million to charity, including her own foundation for inner city kids to study music and dance. But the girl whose formal education ended in the 9th grade carries inside her an old fear that it can still all go away, and she'll be back selling crawfish in her grandma's store.
You said once it would be going back to Louisiana and working with crawfish again and having everything disappear.
I probably did at one point, but it's really weird. Like, I enjoy my life and I love what I do, but at the same time, even though we didn't have that much then, I was really happy. Like, I'm looking back right now, just the simplicity of life. It was very nice.
I'm going shopping, Dad. Stories of me. Yeah.
Back before she could buy anything she wanted.
It's really weird because I don't think right now I'm really like, I'm not like how I used to be. I mean, I used to roll quarters for freaking clothes, but I mean, I'm not like that. I mean, sometimes I splurge. My assistant Felicia, she helps me out on that. She was like, if you want it, you just get it. I'm like, okay, I'll get it. But there is something about me, like if there's a sweater for $1,000, I can't buy that. Like, there's something in me that being raised, you know, a certain way, I can't, you know, do that.
You read the stories about buying $100,000 of sportswear.
No, I'm not like that at all. No.
Is it an addiction?
Is it an addiction? No, I don't think I think it's an addiction. I think it does put me, like, it makes me happy. You know, I'll go and I'll buy a hat and I'll buy some shoes and, you know, you feel pretty, you feel girly. I love that feeling. So, but no, it's not an addiction. Everything's so, no.
And in a way, it's all part of her job, because her influence on young American fashion is seismic. She buys one new piece of clothing, it can set the whole world talking.
Oh, what was I thinking when I wore that? That's really dreadful. At the time, though, I thought it was like the coolest outfit in the world. You know what? I really like that outfit. Oh, and I got to go out with Michael Jackson. That was cool. So happy birthday, my friend, the King of Pop.
He's still an idol of yours?
Yeah. I mean, I think that he's done, I mean, if you really think of a genius that he is, I mean, he's brilliant. And Billie Jean, all the old stuff that he used to do, I think he's great.
Doesn't he worry you, though? The baby over the balcony kind of Michael Jackson?
Well, I think maybe growing up, like, at such a young age, and it's probably affected him somewhat, and maybe it's kind of, but I think he's a great person at heart, and I just think maybe he needs me to call him, maybe. You know, he probably needs some friends around him, to be honest, or, you know.
You think all the stuff written about him is untrue with little kids?
I want to think that's untrue. I choose to believe that's untrue. Yeah.
And what's the picture of you like the best?
The first time I went to the Grammys. It was my first time to go to a huge show, and I had a white dress on. I felt like Marilyn Monroe. It felt really special, so.
Wait a minute, can you rewind that tape? Am I seeing what I think?
That's probably one of the moments that I remember that I like the best.
You can pop your knuckles?
Britney Spears is popping her knuckle.
How do you do that? I don't know.
For the Princess of Pop, a year of pain.
You've had a year that would test a lot of people.
Yeah, it was a weird time.